In today's video, we're going to be breaking down another faction's vehicles, being the US Army. This is important because you need to be able to identify these vehicles while playing squad. These guides should help you make better callouts for your team. So instead of calling this a tank, you should know it's a Bradley and its basic capability by watching this video. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment down below. Be sure to check out the other videos we have on the channel, including other vehicle guides for different factions. One of the first things you need to be aware of is every time you enter a round, you can see what vehicles both your team and the enemy team has. You can find this information by hitting caps lock and going to the vehicle icon in the top right of your map. This will give you a breakdown of all the vehicles available to either team during that round. It'll also tell you the ticket value of each vehicle along with whether or not they're amphibious. We're going to kick off the US Army vehicles with the M1A2 Abrams. This is the US Army's main battle tank. While the US Marines and the Australian Defense Force use the M1A1, the US Army is the only faction using the M1A2. Much like the M1A1, the M1A2 sports a 120mm smoothbore gun, carrying 21 rounds of AP and 21 rounds of HE shells. It has a 7.62 coax machine gun, countermeasures in the form of smoke launchers, and one big difference between this and the M1A1 is that the M1A2 actually has a commander's HMG in the form of an M2A1 Crows. It's a 50 caliber, but it's remotely operated. Additionally, the M1A2 gets a loader's MG in the form of a 7.62 machine gun. The M1A2's engine is going to sound just like the M1A1's with the loud turbine fan that is audible from quite a distance. The Abrams has a very distinctive engine sound with that turbine, so you're going to be able to hear that from about 300 meters out. The Abrams can hold a crew of up to 4, being the driver, loader, gunner, and commander. Let's take a listen to its weapon systems. The M1A2 is going to come with 2 different paint jobs, both of which are solid and desert and woodland options. The US Army operates one tracked IFV, being the M2A3 Bradley. The Bradley can be a formidable challenger on the battlefield. It sports the same main gun as the LAVs and the 25mm Bushmaster. It carries 70 rounds of AP, 250 rounds of HE, but it also sports TOW missiles, which are anti-tank guided missiles. It does have a 7.62 coax and countermeasures in the form of smoke launchers, but no commander gun. The Bradley can be operated by a crew of 3, being the driver, gunner, and commander. It can also hold 7 infantry, and hold 600 ammo points for resupplying infantry or forward operating bases. The Bradley is a little bit slow and lumbering, but it does have a pretty unique sound. Let's take a listen to that and compare it to an Abrams. While the Bradley and LAV share the same main gun, the Bradley is pretty different. While the Bradley is obviously tracked, it is also well armored, especially from the front. Let's take a listen to the 25mm Bushmaster. Bradley also sports two solid camo patterns, being woodland and desert. In addition to the Bradley, the U.S. Army operates a wheeled IFV in the form of the M1126 Stryker. The Stryker comes in two different variations, one with a 50 caliber machine gun that holds about 400 rounds and smoke launcher countermeasures. The other variation is an M240 variation that is a 7.62 machine gun that holds about 750 rounds along with smoke launcher countermeasures. Both of these variations are typically operated by two crew members, being the gunner and the driver, and can also carry 9 infantrymen, along with 600 ammo points for resupply. The engine is going to sound pretty unique to itself, so let's take a listen. Now let's take a listen to each weapon on the Stryker variants. Both variations of the Stryker get their solid camo patterns in both woodland and desert. They're both going to be green, but there are slight differences in that the desert version does not have the camo netting. The U.S. Army operates the MATV light vehicles. These come in a few different variations. One version is the open top with the M2A1 Browning. This is a 50 caliber machine gun open top. You also have an open top with an M240 Bravo that is a 7.62, doing far less damage to vehicles and really being only effective against infantry. You also have the M2A1 Browning Crows, which is a remote operated 50 caliber machine gun, and the M240 Bravo Crows, which is a 7.62 again. So basically you have open top versions and closed top versions with both types of weaponry. But then you have a unique version of the MATV that comes complete with a TOW anti-tank guided missile system. This is an open top, so the gunner is obviously susceptible to light arms fire, but this thing packs a punch similar to what the Bradley is capable of with its own TOW. The machine gun variations of the MATV all carry 300 ammo points. The open top versions of the MATV all carry 5 people, whereas the closed top or remote weapon system versions carry 4. Let's take a listen to the MATV engine. All the MATVs are going to sport the two options for camo patterns, which are the desert and woodland, similar to the other U.S. Army vehicles. We've already heard the weapon systems because they're going to match that of the Stryker. The U.S. Army is also going to operate the M939 general purpose 6x6 heavy truck. The vehicle is going to come in two variations, one being a transport option that can hold up to 16 people and 300 ammo points. The other is a logistics version, which can hold 3,000 ammo or build supply, along with 10 people. Keep in mind that the visual distinction between these vehicles would be the ammo crates in the back of the logistics version. Additionally, the logistics version is the only one capable of being able to set down new fobs. Both of these vehicles barely have any armor and are highly susceptible to light arms fire. And neither of these vehicles have any sort of weaponry on board. Let's take a listen to the engine. And of course, the U.S. Army will sport both of these in the woodland and desert solid camo patterns. Finally, we have the U.S. Army helicopter, which is the UH60M, or commonly known as the Blackhawk. The Blackhawk is operated by one pilot and can carry up to 12 people. It also has door guns on either side. The Blackhawk only comes with one paint job, but it can hold up to 1,000 logistics points that can be divided between ammo or build. Much like other helicopters, the Blackhawk is capable of setting down new radios with an SL. Let's take a listen to its approach. We've now covered the U.S. Army's range of vehicles. Be sure to check out other videos on the guide playlist that'll include videos for vehicles on different factions. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment down below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.